Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, March 27th, 2019. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice here again we've had quite the blow-off top type of structure here that occurred late last week. That was Thursday and Friday. Since then, price bounced higher into the midpoint of Friday's range. That was yesterday, and kind of pulled back off that area. Even this morning here, you're seeing price again form a bit of a tail here at the upper end of the day's range after testing that zone and pulling back yet again. Right now, that appears like again a top is developing, with bears trying to control this area and trying to push it lower. Again, you can definitely see the zone that needs to hold is the 2835 to 2840 zone for bears. And that's a zone that can continue to be defended over the next day or two before we see some sort of decline, should a decline occur. One thing to keep in mind again is that this trend remains fully intact so far. Nothing has really changed to break that. At the moment, we do have one great rejection here, a decent rejection day and a move higher, and so far we have two digestive days, with the current session being inside day so far. Again, that suggests more upside ahead. So it's not a home run here that these bears went out. One thing to always consider as a trader or anyone trading is that if this is where bears are defending for a shot lower, if those bears do not get paid, their upside buy stops will then fuel the move higher. So again, right now the battle zone is going to be 2835 to 2840. Above that zone over the next day could squeeze this thing back up. Failure to get above it here pretty soon, and below 2800 runs the stops to the downside. So breaking through 2800 and holding below that zone, especially on a closing basis, opens up the potential to drop back toward recent support lows at 2726. Alright, let's take a look now at the NQ. Now the NQ has a bit more of a rejection off the high here, an outside day down, engulfing day. The reversal here in the previous session was rejected right at the midpoints of those 2 days, and it pulled back. Again, this looks more indicative of what could be weakness to come. Inside day right here, but above the midpoint of this candle here, which is 7400, would open up more upside ahead. Right now we have lower low here, and then a higher low, another higher low, and a higher high, higher high. So again, everything's still flowing like it may continue higher. We're in the bullish trending structure, in the PIMA trigger zone again. The last times we've been here, we've seen these moves like that, and this one as well. And so again, over here, are we going to see more strength? 7400 is going to be the key level to watch. Any acceptance beyond or above that zone could lead to much more strength ahead. Failure to get above it and a breakthrough that 7300, 7325 zone could open up much more weakness, perhaps back toward that 7200 zone. So that's a short-term downside target that could play out. Okay, now looking at crude oil, you'll see here with crude, this one continues to be quite bullish. Very bullish overall. Nice trending structure. What it has done lately is after a big push up, it's gone sideways, and then a push up, and now it's going sideways. And so usually when you go sideways, you take out the recent pivot high, then you kind of take out the pivot low, then you pull back, and you keep on doing this. And so what we were looking for here in the trading room is how was price going to respond off the 60 to 60.15 zone. If there was going to be a rejection here, perhaps we could see a rotation back toward 58, but any rotation to 58 is likely to be defended for a rotation back towards 60 to 61. That's the idea right now if there's a rejection here. Otherwise, holding above this high, and then you have the stop run day here, that right there is fairly bullish here. That is a retest after stop run day there, and it's holding outside of the PIMA trigger zone. This could open up more strength ahead, especially if price starts to push back above 60 here pretty soon. So again, the bullish trending structure remains intact in the ES, the NQ, and crude oil, and even in gold. If you take a look at gold over here, you'll notice since we picked that recent low there and had the 1315 as the target, we've been higher ever since and pushed even to higher highs here today. Currently trading 1324.30 as the high for the session at 1322.80 right now. And so far, this just continues to push up. We mentioned before, if this thing can find acceptance above 1320, that's when you start to have the potential to move across the range into 1350 again. Failure to hold 1320 could rotate this thing back toward value. That would be 1287.60. So we're kind of in that zone right now. But we do have this key range to continue to watch. We could continue to see development within this range, but eventually tests at the edge of the range or expansion through the edges will give us some great targets to play off of. So we'll continue to watch this as it develops heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.